Hello everyone. Where's my video game? Hey Stump, hey Navy, welcome in. Instant ramen, hell yeah, I love instant ramen. Is my camera like falling? That would be so awkward if that happened on stream. Welcome in everyone. Stump, I was very slowly typing out a "oh thanks for stopping by" message, but I just kept making typos. And by the time I had it all correct, you had just kiddinged. Alrighty. So, where did we leave off? I think we just have this one to do. The hardest one, of course. In this section of Rose Window puzzles. Yeah. Perhaps you shall quest for ramen tomorrow morning? Hell yeah. Alright. So this looks pretty horrible. Let's see. I think I had started doing this on stream, and then I stopped. So, it is a huge board. You can't zoom in either. But yeah, how's everyone been? I've been doing pretty good. I have been much less busy than I was at the start of the week, which is nice. I've still been pretty busy, which is also nice. I like that my day goes by fast. This is the type of stuff the Witness throws at you in the middle of the game. Oh man, that's a game I wish I could play more of. But it was one of those games that just gave me such horrible motion sickness, I had to stop. That game and Voices of the Void. One of these days I'll figure out a way I can play it without just instantly getting a headache. But yeah, I had a very good day today. Nothing... I had a really interesting moment at work today, where I had a meeting at 1, and I went to the meeting room, and I saw, like, I wasn't sure how many people, or who all was going to this meeting, but I knew one person who was. And I saw him go into this meeting room, so I followed him in there, being like, okay, my meeting must be in here. And then I sat down, I got my laptop, sitting at the table, and a bunch of people are filling this room that I do not know these people at all. And, like, I kind of didn't know what the meeting was about, so I'm like, okay, whatever. And then it got to the point where, first off, I got a business card from one of the people in this meeting. They handed them all out. And then I was, like, shaking hands with people, and they were all introducing themselves. And it, like, got to that point, and I'm like, oh, man, this is not my meeting that I'm supposed to be in. So they got to me, and I said, oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. And they're like, oh, introduce yourself anyway. And so I talked about what I do there, and then I just left. So that was an interesting moment in my day today. Were you here when I played this last? I have no idea, Navy. I think so? I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, 1 second. Simon was in my room when I started stream. But he's just, like, sleeping on my floor, and now he wants to leave, so... Alrighty. Hey, Max. Thanks for stopping by. Yep, everyone at my work is super nice. Considering they weren't here when Stump pulled that, I'd assume they're not pulling the stump. I have rhythm heaven hands? What on earth does that mean? I... Rhythm heaven, yeah, so I have long hands. I do have long hands. Is that specific to Rhythm Heaven players or characters? No, Navy is saying that he can't trust anyone because Stump came into stream that said, I'm here to say a quick message, and then I dip hey, and then said, just kidding. Characters, okay. I thought you were like making a comment that I should get into rhythm games or something. We've done nothing on this puzzle. It's just been a nice background while I talk about my day. I hope you have a good workout, Max. Thanks for stopping by. All right. So, how do we do this? Each of these, there are 7 of each color? Yes, 7. Max, doesn't your Sona have wings? Am I completely making that up? I feel like I remember you having wings. Perhaps it's prophetic. Okay. How do these go? I've been playing a lot of a fully different puzzle game. It's called Bullpen. I've been playing way too much of that game. Because it's like a mobile puzzle game, it's on my phone. Basically any moment of downtime I have at work, I'm playing that accursed game. Okay, I think what's gonna have to happen is we're gonna have to, like, path this one around. These ones need green, yellow, and blue. But honestly, oh, what? Oh, I drew these. I thought they just gave me those for free. It's like, oh yeah, the obvious ones. All in there for free. Okay. Because what I'm thinking is that, like, you start in any corner, and I need to explain this out loud. If I start making this section here, and you know what, we're gonna start coloring. If I start with this, I do this. This needs green and yellow, so I go and pick up a green, I pick up a yellow, and then I pick up a blue. Well, the next one also needs green, yellow, and blue. Let's pick up a better yellow. Yeah, the next one also needs green, yellow, and blue. So now we pick up another yellow and another green, but now we have to go over here to get a blue, which is starting to box in this one. Now the next one needs a yellow and a blue and a green, but now it can't get out of here without blocking everything, so it kind of just, it all gets stuck on itself. Oh god, okay, we're just gonna redraw these. Okay. Also, I don't really know what that means for the puzzle other than the way that I've been originally conceiving of it is not going to solve it. So let's think. So they all kind of have to reach into the center here. It's the vibe I'm getting. Okay, here's a new thought. If I go like on the sides for each of these and make a group. So I go green, yellow, red, blue. That misses purple, which is right here. And then I go green, yellow, red, purple. That misses blue, which is right here. And then that leaves a green and yellow in the center. Except it won't be that green and yellow because there'll be no way to get it out. That leaves green and yellow in the center. And I don't actually know if we can do anything with that. Because, yeah, we'd have blue, red. Let me think. Okay. Nope. Blue, yellow, purple, red. Green, purple. So we have 2 purples. Blue and red. We have 2 blue, 2 red. And then, yeah, we have 2 of everything if we go from the center. So that'll be 2 regions. I was kind of not wanting to play this puzzle on stream because I knew that I would have just the worst time trying to explain my thought process behind it. But how do you grow if you don't do things you can't do? So. Yeah, I think these have to be separate regions so that they can grow, like, around. Kinda like so. So maybe we can do that with all of these petals, as it were. These extremities. So this one's interesting. Because it needs to get out. But how on earth does it get out? It needs to get out, and presumably it also needs to pick up a yellow. So, how many roots out do we have? This is 1, 2, 3. So only one of them has no gem in the way. No window, I should say. Yeah, because in order to get here, you have to occupy this one. Which, I mean, you can do without picking up that gem, or that window, but I'm not sure that I'm approaching this correctly. I feel like these are wanting to connect over here. But But there's so much empty space. I feel like there's gotta be some constraint I'm not seeing that is gonna force me to use this empty space. I think these paths are gonna get quite cramped. This is the other thing. I'm coming back to this, but I want to restart one of these. Oh, the edge is gold. I want to see what check progress does. Okay, it just says if it's correct or not. Okay. That's fun. I don't know if I want to use it. I've been watching the Spider-Man documentary. Oh my gosh. I love Spider-Man. And I love just hearing about filmmaking. It's so interesting. Okay. This one is a similar situation to over here. There are only really 3 ways out of this area. The exits. Write an E. Or exit. That one looks like it has a mustache. E. Okay. And I assume that's going to be the case. It's not the case for this one. This one has 4. This one's got 3. This one, I mean, you kind of have to choose what you're calling an exit. Because it's kind of this. This one, the exits are before the blue windows for the most part. And what I'm denoting here is basically just where it gets thinnest. Where there's only space for one region to pass through. We already know this one, but I suppose we can denote it anyway. And actually, we can extend these lines a little further, because we know they have to extend into the exits. We can do that. Now, this one is interesting in that it has 4. So we could have one region loop around. And what would that get us? We have purple, green, blue, red, and then over here we can grab a yellow. But that would be leaving... We only need a green, and I'm going to guess it's this green for the one that loops around. Because otherwise there's no way to get all of the windows out of this petal. Because if we only grab one yellow, that's one of the exits taken up. And that means that we need to get 2 yellows and 3 greens out in only 2 regions, and you can't fit 3 green windows into 2 regions. So the green's gonna have to be down here. Green and yellow. The yellow's gonna have to be down here. We have a green already. We don't have a yellow. So that's my assumption, is that the path is gonna loop around. Because this is the only one where it would be possible to do so. Now, I'm immediately skeptical of this assumption. Because there's nothing really to disambiguate if this should go like this, or if it should go like this. And these puzzles can all be solved by logic and have one solution. So maybe this is not correct. Because how would we disambiguate this center square? In any case, it's worth noting there are 4 ways out of this one. Speaking like a true cracking the cryptic viewer. Okay, no, you weren't here when I was playing this last, because I was thinking, like, I want to explain it, and I feel like my ability to explain my thought process has suffered since I've stopped watching as much cracking the cryptic. And then while I was thinking that, I was like trying to do it, and then I'm like, man, I am just sounding British now. And you weren't here to comment on that thought, so. You weren't here when I played this last. This is a puzzle game. It's about repairing windows, stained glass. You do enough puzzles in the area, you get this. Here's like a reasonable one. So this is like shape bank. All of the windows must be one of these shapes. And I live to make things difficult for myself, so I've just been using borders. We went to the rose window side first because I like that rule set a lot, but there are 2 other rule sets we could start over here. And then further in. And then it goes for a while. And they like to hide puzzles from you, and that's not even the worst one. Look at that. That's ridiculous. You can't even see how difficult it is. It's a 5. Anyway. My notes! Ah. My painstakingly drawn E's. Drawing them faster now, that's why they look like terrible. Okay, that one's even too bad for me. We're fixing that. And then, yeah, here. So we kind of got a wheel going. And I mean, these E's don't have to be here. We could also conceptualize them as, like, out here. But I think it does help to keep in mind that we have to traverse around these walls in the center. And that this here is kind of a choke point. Maybe here instead. Makes a bit more sense. Okay. The letter E was my favorite meme of the last decade. Were you a big Rush E enjoyer, Stump? I know I was. Okay. He preferred Rush C Sharp. Alright. How do we get all of these shapes out of here? Immediately, I see a few more potential paths. Like so. And at least with this wall, we can be fairly certain, like we can't, well, we could do this, but then it would have to stop here and go, like, around this. These walls are kind of guesses, so far. There was a Markiplier Lord Farquaad E, and a Minecraft British YouTuber Herobrine E. Minecraft British YouTuber Herobrine E. Is the internet gonna give me anything if I search up those words exactly? I got adopted by Herobrine family in Minecraft 1 year ago with 4.4 million views. I've got The Mystery of Herobrine, Origin Story and the Truth with a very obviously AI-generated thumbnail, and they spelled Herobrine wrong. We've got Epic Minecraft Challenge, Can Herobrine Win? With 2 Minecraft characters, but they are curvy and with boobs. Yeah. Minecraft Herobrine E-meme HD. Okay, wait, we found it. Maybe. Possibly. Game Chap and Birdie? Oh my god, it is this! Oh, back in the day, when Minecraft YouTube videos were sometimes just a single minute long. Hold on, hold on. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Let's do that. I thought I changed off of this.
I say what old chaps and chappets, Game Chap and Birdie here. Yes! Yes indeed, fellows, and I would say to you that we are discussing here a rather frightful question of sorts. Namely, has Herobrine been removed, I say?
What? Has he been removed? Well, the answer to that question from me is I very well hope so.
Well, indeed, old boy. Goodness me, as you can see on screen there, fellows, Mr. Herobrine was removed in 1.8, 1.9, and subsequently 1.0, but not in 1.1, I say.
What?
Look at this old launcher.
Oh, perhaps he's already gone, that's why. Perhaps he's already gone. I'm sure that's why. I hope so.
Yes, good thing, old chap. Perhaps he was moved once and for all in 1.0, old boy. Maybe that's why I say.
Yes, I'm sure he was. Yes, of course he was.
Well, goodness me, it's a bad
Wasn't he?
Of course, old chap. It's a bad relief I've heard what I tell you.
Yes,
Goodness me, there you are, chaps and Bertie, Bertie, old chap, where are you, man? Bertie, I say. Bertie, where are you? Oh, no! I don't know. I say, for goodness sake.
Get out of here!
I'm trying to, boy. Thank you, Johnny, sir. We're not going to think of us. I say, in the next exam, don't disgrace me. Until then, I'm going to hide in the grind, I say.
Yes.
Aggressively British, wow. Why the E? Okay. Unintelligible British clamor. Yeah. The E was scarier than Herobrine. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Genuinely would have had you rolling 10 years ago. Navy, I'm afraid to tell you, that was uploaded 14 years ago. Okay. So how's this one getting out? I think I see how. I think it's gonna have to go around this yellow. Gonna have to loop around, and then come out like this. A little late. I mean, yeah. The internet, videos continue to exist on the internet after time passes. Did you know this? This is how I feel. Just on the internet in general. I'm made for the world where the internet, where everything you've ever published on the internet is saved forever, you know? And that's not true anymore. That's not the world we live in anymore. Okay, we're missing a green from this. And if we just did the naive attempt and we went and grabbed that green up there, what would that do? I think poor things for us. Hey, Brother AV, welcome in. We're doing puzzles. I wish there was an eraser on these notes. But I guess the E's are just gonna have to stay there until we figure out the paths in both of these pedals. Hey, Brother AV, you're saved in my keyboard dictionary. I agree, Brother AV. I'm not sure what that means either. Okay, so we have these three done. I still feel like they have to, this one's got to loop around. But there's no way to disambiguate this center square if it does loop around, unless we avoid this red one. Does that do anything? Not really. The reason I want to avoid this red one is because now that disambiguates that square. So these two can come out. But now there's no reason to wrap around because... Well, first off, we can't wrap around because this needs to come down now in order to get out. So, yeah, no good. Brother AV is another person on the Walls Vault server that I'm on. If you're wondering what he is doing here. Okay. This one's probably going to be the worst to figure out, so let's look at this one. Gotta get these out. Wait a minute, who are you? Okay. So. Here's another one where I think we're gonna have to do, like, some twisty curlies. Grab that. Basically, we need to get one of these greens to this yellow without blocking up this spot. And it could possibly be this green? Which leads to this yellow leaving out of this exit, and this green and yellow leaving out of this one. And you know what? That does work. Okay. So we have just this little bit of ambiguity. That's not a word. Ambiguity. There we go. This one's ambiguous. This one I haven't figured out yet. I got there, Navy, it's fine. Okay, but like singularity, I feel like ambiguity could be a word. Ambiguity, exactly. Ambiguousness. Ambiguousness. Anyway. We don't need to add word puzzles to the puzzles I'm already doing. Arbitrary? It's a good place to take it. Brother AV, you just missed the extremely British Minecraft YouTube video we watched from 14 years ago. What about math puzzles? If John ate 30 apples of the 74 apples on the table, how horrible does John feel? Did John eat them, including the core? Okay. Perchance? Okay, well then, John might be dead. Because the average apple contains about 5 to 8 seeds. And the LD50 for cyanide poisoning would be like 150. So let's go on the high end. So if John, let's actually go on the low end. 150 divided by 5. So that's 30 apples. That's 30 apples exactly. So John has a 50-50 chance of being dead. If he chewed the seeds. I hope that was the answer you were looking for, Brother AV. It's very easy to sidetrack me, I've noticed, in this life. D+. Would it be fine if he swallowed them whole, though? Probably. I mean, you still break down the seed casings a little bit in your stomach, but, like, less. And not even all of it gets converted into cyanide. Okay, John might not be dead. John might just be feeling poorly. 48 apples for average woman and more than 50 for average male. I think there's going to be a lot of different numbers out there, especially because different varieties of apple have different size seeds. And those are all going to have their own concentration. I think just don't eat 30 apples in a row, and if you do, don't eat the cores, and if you do eat the cores, don't crush the seeds. Are those pretty good ground rules? They sound fine to me. We can be pretty confident there's a wall between these two. I'm trying to, like, because these are all, like, spirally and loopy. Yeah? To get all of the shapes out. Trying to figure out how to do the same with this. Who is the biggest seed in apples? One of your least favorite apples is a Granny Smith Navy. They're so good for baking. I guess we can kind of work backwards from these. They're your favorite to eat, Brother AV. That's crazy. I think my favorite is a Cosmic Crisp. Those things are so good. They aren't... Okay, well, it depends. Like, what am I having? If I'm just eating it? Stumps is also Granny Smith. Navy's is Golden Delicious. That's a good apple. Sounds like it's a good apple. If I'm just eating it, maybe an Ambrosia. I love the Ambrosia apples, but they're so fucking expensive. They're not worth it. Okay. Actually, we can't put this wall here. If we give up on the thought of trying to loop around, then we can use one of these squares for the same region. So how can we do this? All right, let's see. I want to get rid of these E's. They're ugly. They're ugly. Ugly. Thank you, Stump. Same thought. Okay. If we take blue and red, one of these exits, and then just one blue and one red out of the other one. We just do this. Then we still have no reason, no way to disambiguate this kind of area over here, because it could just go like this, or it could go like this. Yeah, this isn't helpful. Let's think about how these regions need to be constructed. So green, yellow, red, blue, we need a purple. Grab this one. Green, yellow. But now we need a red, blue, and purple. And then for this side we have red, purple, green, yellow. And we need a blue. We could grab this, but then the center one again, we have red, purple. And we need more colors. Let's think about coloring. So just doing this. That was a bad one to start with. What I'm trying to articulate. What do the E's actually signify? I don't think I was paying attention. Okay, so each of these regions only has so many squares that the regions can exit out of. Each of these petals. So we're trying to figure out how these windows have to be shaped to actually let all of these rose windows get out of the shape. And I'm really conflating terms right now. But what I'm trying to convey this second is that just naively going like this leaves us with kind of a mess for the center regions. Because now this one needs green, purple, red, and blue. If we take it over here, we can get red and purple. And then I guess blue. No, we have blue. But we need green. And taking this green means, yeah, we've blocked off this region. It's just a mess. Can't wait for the checkerboard pattern to come up somehow to disambiguate like it always does. It would if this was a 2-color puzzle, which we've had some like that, where I did use that, but it doesn't work here because, for all intents and purposes, this is a 7-color puzzle. So this region needs red. And again, we could naively just grab that. Yeah. What I'm trying to convey here is that everything gets tangled up with itself. So if we tried to go around like this, well, now we need another red. Where's that red gonna come from? Beats me. Okay, how many border regions do we actually have? Because we need 7 total. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which leaves 2 regions in the center. So this region needs a blue. Naively grab that blue. This region also needs a blue, and this is where I think these 2 exits are going to come in, where one of these... Nope. One of these is going to go in and get a blue. And then this is going to come around, and we've blocked off this one, but we can unblock that one by going around this green. No, it doesn't need a green. What color does this one need? It needs purple. I'm not even, like, this is not good puzzle solving. This is me fucking around. I'm just drawing shapes. I'm gonna get rid of all of these windows. Because we haven't figured this out. But what I'm trying to conceptualize is how these regions are gonna look. This one's gonna need a blue. This region down here needs a green. So we can grab that green. This region needs a purple. So we can grab that purple. Come up and connect. And make it a different color. This region is no, this one needs a red. This region is nonsense up here. But it will need a yellow. Well, I didn't really mean to solve that one, but here we are. Not really explaining my logic out loud there, just kind of following the paths. I kind of thought that this was all bullshit. Anyway, there's our rose window done. 33 plus 3. The achievement it gave me was called 6-7, by the way. Delta. The two regions touching this symbol must be different shapes. So this is a region. Any region here needs to be a different shape. So because this is the pointy square, the corner 3 by 3 or 3. What would it be? Trimino? We have to do a line. This one is also going to have to be a line. This one can be whatever shape it wants. So can that. So, we've got 4 long, or we've got a square. This is going to have to be a 4 long. This is going to have to be a square. This one has to be a 4 long, but it can't be 4 long this way, so it has to go down. This will have to be 4 long down. This must be a square. Gemini, the two regions touching this symbol must be the same shape. So we have another little corner piece. This is the same puzzle layout, you may notice. But they must match. So this one just tells us outright where the squares are. Except that I have done that wrong. Because I looked at this and I assumed it was 4 long. It is 3 long. This one doesn't go there. Because 3s need to fit around. Nope. There we go. And now we get to match our Delta and Geminis. So we have 1 square. Nope. This is my problem, is that I see these and I'm like, I know what that one is, and then I don't. So 3 long. So this one must be 3 long, and it can't be 3 long this way, or it'd be the same. So it must be 3 up. Now we can go in. Into this nice little garden. Okay. Let's see. Where are we limited? Here's pretty limited. Which means this has to be different. It must be a line. This must be a line. This must be a corner. Which calls on this to be a line, but it can't be a line that way, or we'd never get this cell out. It's break time, so I'll be back in 4 minutes, and then we will finish this puzzle. BRB. Alrighty. I know, Stump. All those YouTubers posting their stream clips of them just solving puzzles quietly. I could do that. Oh, I wish that YouTube Shorts didn't piss me off so much. Alas, short-form content bothers me greatly. It's the same thought process of, like, learning about scams and, like, hearing about someone being scammed and thinking, oh my god, I could make so much money if I didn't care about other people. Alas. Anyway, let's play the video game. Can this be a square, a little square? It would force a big square here. And here. It sure sucks having morals. Okay, if this one was a little square, which it has to be, just to get filled, this must be a big square, which forces that to be small, this to be large, that's good, must be large, and we are good. It shouldn't suck. I agree, Stump. It really shouldn't. Ah, I see. Our shapes are gonna be hugging. Okay. I'm not doing a good job of explaining myself. I'm kind of just, I'm letting the game play, you know? This must be a corner piece, so that's gotta be a corner piece, so this gotta be a line either up or to the side. I know it's fine, Navy, but I want to explain my thought process. I'm trying to get better at that. That's why I'm playing puzzle games. This can't be a line, because then this cell would never be filled, so it must be a wedge. So this must be a line, that must be a line, that must be a line, must be a wedge. This has got to be a line, so it's different from the wedge, and we're done. Got a T-piece. This must be a line, and a line. And these both must be T-pieces, but it won't be symmetrical, because we can't fit two T-pieces symmetrically here. This one also has to be a T-piece. This has got to be a line. This is a Gemini, and I thought it was a Delta for some reason. This is always my problem with these puzzles. Only Gemini, alright. The Z piece can't fit here, so it's gotta be an L. L. Which forces this to be an L, and this to be an L. But how are they arranged? I think it's gotta go this way. Because delta is used in mathematics to represent change, and Gemini represents twins. Would be my guess. generally delta is used for change over time in mathematics. I assume it's got something to do with change just in general. Don't really know what to do here. I think we've actually just got these wrong. Okay, so this corner, how do we fill this corner? We could do L's. We could do an L like that, but we can't fill that corner like that. Get an L up. But that would get clogged up, so we're gonna have to use a Z for this corner. Which forces a Z into that corner, which forces a Z here. Now, the only Z I can fit here is gonna look like this. The problem is that I think delta and I think like a triangle. That's not a triangle, but it's the best I can do on a square grid. And that's not a triangle. This is a lowercase delta, I believe. Is Gemini even a letter? Fucking... okay, well. The problem is that looking up Gemini is not going to give me anything. Yeah. It's gonna give me a bunch of useless garbage. I hate the internet nowadays. I mean, it's always been pretty awful, but like... boy. They really had to go and fuck it up even worse, huh? It's gotta be a too long line. These have to be different. These two have to be the same as the different ones. Yeah. Greek letter and an astrology symbol of all things, agreed. So this is gonna be 3. And it's gotta face down. So that's a 2. And this is a 3 facing down as well, because otherwise it doesn't really fit. That's a 3, 3 facing upward. Just use an equal sign? Well, that's not a letter either. Alright. We nailed it. There's our Gemini and Delta window. Oh, there's one in the well. That's an interesting shape. Replace delta with a not equal sign. Okay, just throw out everything. Start new. Use these ones. Does that work? No. Maybe. Okay, so this one has to be the same. This one has to be different, so it can be part of... yeah. That's a fun one. I feel like they're gonna be hiding in this fucking tree of all places. There's just too many hidey holes. I'm gonna be missing puzzles for years. Is this a Gemini and Delta? Holy fuck, okay. Oh, but I get to make my own shapes. Okay, well, I'm not doing that yet. Give me a minute. Let me breathe. Screw your aesthetic, I want pure mathematical beauty. Give me equals and not equals. This can't be a plus. Plus doesn't fit there or there, so this has got to be part of a 2. So this must be a plus, and the only place a plus fits is here. And presumably that will give us everything we need to solve the rest of this puzzle. Which is just gonna be a lot of 2s. helpful to use colors or notes to mark which shape occupies a cell. I've found no explanation for this exact choice of symbols. It do be a clunky visual design. It is. It's like they picked them independently, and then they were like, oh, we could use these in puzzles together. It's like, well, those aren't really a set. You kind of just picked something. Alright. There's a 2. This is gonna be a 2. No. I'm forgetting the rules. This is gonna be a 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. There's only one way a 3 can fit there. This must be a 3. This has got to be like that. There are a couple ways to fill that one still. Same with this one, could be this or like this. But it can't be like that because how do you fill a line of 3? So it's gotta be like this. We can do that. 2. And we fucked it up. Imagine you got your, like, you commissioned an artist to make you a piece of stained glass, and you got it, and it just had Sharpie all over it with, like, the numbers 2 and 3 all over it. You haven't washed your hair in days, and now you're all yucky? Couldn't be me, I just washed my hair right before stream. My hair is still wet. And ease, of course. Oh, it's a broken heart. Shakes your fist. Okay. I feel like I remember doing this one in the demo. Shakes your fist, not my fist. Is it something like this? Because, like, one side is gonna be basically all one shape versus the other. And then that lets you put the other one just however you want. Because they'll always be different. Except I fucked it up. I prefer the image of you grabbing Zircon's fist and shaking it. It's a good mental image. Okay, you know what? Actually, we can do math here, because this isn't gonna fly, because these are the same. But we can do this and we can count, because these are gonna be divisible by 5 and 3 respectively if they're all one shape or the other. This one's divisible by 5. We already filled it. 3, 7, 11, 14, 19. Okay, so we're gonna have a mix. I don't like the horrible way I counted that. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, no, I was right. So 19 is how many 3s can we have in there? Can I stuff this one with 5s? Because this has to be a 3. We know that. So 19, 16 is 1. 13, 10, and then we have 2 5s. And I think that's the only way we can break it down. Meanwhile, 15 can be broken down into 3s or 5s. But because prime numbers are evil, it must be 3s or 5s. It cannot be one or the other. It can't be a mix. We can't mix them over here. And because in order to fill this, we have to use 3s, this one's gonna have to all be 5s. So we need 2 5s and 3 3s on this side. 1 5 can go here. And the other 5 can go there. Perfect. Okay, donuts. You know what's a banger? Is the song Donut Hole. It's a Vocaloid song. Okay, so this delta is going to have to be at the center of a donut, which pretty much forces a donut. This Gemini will put a donut here. If you're not familiar, it's very good. And then we have a bunch of squares. Same with here. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No, I'm a fool. Okay. I thought it was 1s for some reason. It's not. So this has got to be a 2. No monominos. God damn it, Navy. What a word. What a horrible, horrible word. Monomino. There you go. Is this the only donut we get? That's brutal. I want a different donut. I want more donuts. You can't limit my donuts. Where are we going? How do we turn these ones on? Oh, you sneaky sucker. Okay. In the window. So. I believe we want to separate these. Like so. That's why it's called a domino? Yeah, because it's duo. Domino. I don't think it's actually called a monomino, but that is it's growing on me. It's a little fun to say, I must admit. Is this kosher? Okay, this must be a square. Wiki has it as monomino? What the hell? Okay. This must be a square. Oh, but these aren't different. Ack. Okay. Tromino. Okay, the square can be up there. A nonomino is 9 big. This square here is a nonomino. Okay, I think our original assumption was wrong. Let's start over. Okay. We could have them be the same. We can't have them be the same for the square. Do this. We could have them be the same for this. And then have the square here. Now this must be different and the same, so that breaks. So it can't be that. So if we split it at the square, then this must be the line. But now this can be... Should watch Pentomino Facts and Subsequent Videos by Deckard. I have watched them, they're very fun. This can be in any orientation along this. But that would force a square here. It would force a square here. And here. And that breaks. This is too much bifurcation. We're done with this corner. Fuck that corner. We're going to a different corner. Etymology says the domino came first and then shared the name with other shapes. That's fun. Okay. This says square must be here. This also says square must be here. This immediately broke. Do any of these limit it to the point that I can just put one down and know it? Can I do that? Demands square down here. And a 5 here. What is a 4 domino? A quadromino? It's a tetramino. God damn it. I'm sorry. I know. I'm mixing my roots. Oh, English is a terrible language. I'm gonna go turn on the light. I call myself a Tetris fan. I know. I can't believe it. Okay. So this says it must be the same here. And different up here. So that's all good. This asks for a square. This one asks for a square here. And the same up here. That's all good. This asks for a square here. And that breaks. Okay. There's only 4 orientations in a corner. I just need to try all 4 of them and, like, remember that I did. This. This doesn't work. Because it wants a square here, and that breaks. So, top left, no. Top right. Demands a square here. That's fine. Demands the square up. That's good. Demands the square down. That's good. All good. Then we got it. All right. I don't even remember where that one was. Somewhere sneaky. Oh, back there. Evil. Okay. This seems pretty cut and dry as to what shape must be here. But I'm often wrong. Okay. Can we really put any other shape here? I don't think we can. That doesn't fit anything else. I think it's gotta be a 3 long. So a 3 long here demands a 3 long here. Which demands a 2 long here. Oh. Okay. This demands a 3 short, a 3 scrunched even. Which demands that here, so we didn't use the 2 at all. Oh wait, we did down here. Okay, so there's our 21. So that's unlocked the other ones now. I'm not muted. I'm quietly contemplating the puzzle. Oh. Is this the same, but Gemini? See, I think this is why they paired them, is because they're like, oh, we can just do all of those again. Okay. This must be a wedge. This one also must be a wedge. But it could be in many orientations, so we can't say anything yet. Oh my goodness. Look at Percy. I have to make like a nice frame around the cat cam in my OBS. I feel so cheap having it just sit there. I gotta like make my stream look nice one of these days. One of these days I'll do a rebrand. Probably. Maybe. Probably not. Okay. Let's do the puzzle. I don't know why these get bigger, but the shapes don't. I mean, it feels like I can't even call it a rebrand. I'd just call it like a brand. This stream has never had anything. It's had my video I took on a server how many servers ago? That was the vanilla world. I'm pretty sure. God, was it even? I think that was the vanilla world. Because I was going to build there, and I never ended up building there before that server was, like, done. Anyway, where can we start? This has got to be a corner piece, so this must be a 3-piece, and there's only one way a 3-piece can go here. This cannot be a 3-piece, so it must be a wedge. And in order to fit a wedge here, we've got to do this. You should make a playlist out of the songs that get stuck in your head in the day. I'm curious. Now these two must be different shapes because the deltas are demanding different shapes. Hey Jasper, welcome in. We're doing puzzles. I'm doing my best to explain my thinking behind them, but it's not... I'm not doing good enough, in my own opinion. Okay. No. I need my shape bank. It's my comfort object. My shape bank. Okay. Too late to do that today, but it just occurred to you that's a thing you could do. So that must be 3, meaning this must be 4. Meaning this must be in a 3 long. A tromino, as it were. Why is it tetramino and pentamino, but it's not domino? Tetramino? Pentamino? Just doesn't have the same ring. Anyway. This has got to go right out. Right straight out. That's how you say it. Tetramino. This has got to be 3. This demands another 3. These don't make any demands yet. This demands 3. But it could go in either direction. Mino sounds very strange to me. Whenever I play puzzle games, it's like I'm jingling keys in front of you. Almost certain that no matter how much you explain it, I'll be lost. You just like being here. Well, I really do my best. I really try to explain. Thank you, Stump, for the cheat sheet. Monomino, domino, tronimo, tetramino, or tetramino, pentamino, hexamino, heptamino, octamino, fuck! Hold on. Nonomino, and is it deca, or is it decamino? Is it decamino? It doesn't matter. Deca doesn't matter, as it were. This must be 3. So this must be 3. I have a collection of streamers just saying, like, clips of streamers just reading out numbers out loud. And I wonder if that counts towards that. I mean, there's nothing saying anything about how, like, what counting for that means, but still, do you guys think that counts? This is all nonsense. Okay. Zircon Dodeca doesn't care. Dodeca gone. That's 12. A dozen. We're just counting on stream tonight. I feel like... God. I feel like this one clip of Azuma Void I need to, like... I can't even find this. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just playing the game. Okay, okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it, because I have to now. Where's my streamer browser? I need to move that icon. It's always behind chat. I'm gonna move this over here. It'll go right beside my Linux ISOs. Okay. Okay. Zuma was in North Wales recently, like a week before you were? Interesting. YouTube. Did I unmute Firefox? Sure didn't. I need to get off of this account and use a different account. I don't want you guys seeing what I watch on YouTube. Instead, you can see my recommendations from, like... Need to get rid of this. North Wales is so pretty? Hell yeah. Is this gonna give it to me? Yes, it is. This clip. You can't hear it.
Last auto-renew sub for a long time. Gotta save for my big move. Awesome, you are getting saved up to move out. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is great to hear. Oof. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to moving and big life things like that, gotta save every penny, right? Gotta make them all count. Was that like one on its own? No, there's more up there. Of course there is. Moving to Nashville. Gotta cost me... Nashville's in America.
That's what I felt like. That moment right there. Just saying, that's in America, is me saying that's 12. Anyway, the rest of this clip is funny, so we're watching it. I'm a reaction streamer now.
Let alone the cost of the wedding. Are you getting married? Awesome. Congratulations, Spanner. That's superb. Big life stuff happening. Dang, going to the States. You know who else is from Nashville? I don't need to tell you that. Badger says, Asuma, I'm getting married to Joe. Are you messing with me?
Yeah, Percy's the reaction streamer now, actually.
For real? Wow, okay, that's amazing.
Okay. That's all. I don't know why I'm getting a physics course recommended to me. Now I just want to look at my recommendations on this channel, because I haven't watched on this channel in a long time. Fuck yeah, Joshua Burnside. Oh, Percy didn't like me pestering him with the cursor, now he's gone. Okay. We're getting rid of this. We're playing the game, and the big cursor doesn't work on the game. No more big cursor. Boo? Come on. I'll figure out the big cursor eventually. Okay, so these have to be different. This can't be 4 because it would demand a 4 here, and that doesn't fit. So this side must be 4. This must be 3. This must be 4. You're booing the game for breaking big cursor. Well, the game didn't break anything. There's nothing broken about big cursor. It just doesn't work on this screen, because the game is the size of my whole monitor, and big cursor is the size of my stupid, horrible aspect ratio I use for literally 2 things, Minecraft and browsing, because it lets me have chat on the same monitor. Okay. I really need to stop doing that and just, like, play full screen and get used to chat being over there, but, like, I can't do that. 3, 4... That doesn't fit. Okay. Something's wrong. I'm sure you could. I probably could. I haven't. You are over there right now, but like, I have to look over there and read. It's a pain. Okay. I've done the silly thing again. So we're gonna restart again. This must be 3, this must be 4. I've made the assumption that these can't be the same shape when they totally could be. Oh no, you have to turn your head slightly? Navy, I have to do this all day at work. I'm slaving away at my desk with 2 monitors, turning my head slightly, day in and day out. Okay, this has to be 4. And it can't go up because then it would be the same. So 4 has to go out. I have a neck. Spoilers. Zircon reveal. I have a neck. You're learning so much today. I have rhythm heaven hands, apparently. Okay, so these do have to be separate pieces. My neck hurts because I keep looking between my 2 different monitors. No, my neck hurts because I have god-awful posture. And I really should work on fixing that, and that did just remind me to sit up straight. Also, Percy wants to leave, so I'm gonna get up and... Okay. Here's something. This is not an interesting story, but it is a complaint, and I'm gonna complain again, because I already got a complaint about this. I complained about this already in my life, but now stream gets to hear it too. So I hate shopping. I really hate it. I hate glasses shopping possibly the most. But my prescription sunglasses recently got stolen because I was an idiot and left the car unlocked overnight. And like, I don't even know how it happened because I never leave those in the car. But for some reason, stars aligned, I left the car unlocked, and I left my sunglasses in the car. So my prescription sunglasses got stolen, and I need new ones. Yeah, people steal glasses out of cars all the time here. It's so sad. Okay. So this has to be 4. This must be 3. I think this is where my error was last time. This has to be 3, this has to be 4. The only way that fits is like so. Whoops. They don't normally, like, most people when they steal sunglasses, because, like, sunglasses are like a luxury item for some reason. And a lot of people will buy very expensive ones, and then you can resell those for whatever. But usually, at least in my experience, they don't take prescription ones because you can't resell those. And also, I'm a cheap bastard. They were cheap bastard prescription sunglasses, so even if they're like reselling the frames somehow, they're not gonna get anything. But also, if you're just like rifling through somebody's car looking for shit you can hawk, you're not gonna check that they're prescription, I guess. In any case, everyone involved in this scenario is unhappy. I'm unhappy, the thief is unhappy, whoever they sell those to is gonna be unhappy when they get my dog shit prescription, because I have horrible eyesight. Anyway, I wanted new prescription sunglasses. The other fun thing about that car being broken into, I guess not broken into, but rifled through, the only pair of sunglasses actually in that car were my prescription sunglasses, but there were about 7 other sunglasses cases that were just empty and sitting in there. All of those are gone now too. So that saves me having to deal with garbage. So joke's on them. But yeah. I went to go buy new ones. Reminds me of the Shen Comics bicycle, but everyone's unhappy. Yeah. Whoever stole my sunglasses is much more unhappy now than they were before they took them. The amount of unhappiness in the world has only gone up. Anyway. My sunglasses were stolen. I want new ones. I go to the store and I start like I hate shopping for glasses so much, but I've also been looking into like tinted glasses for people who get migraines a lot, because I get migraines a lot. And this place said they had not that exact thing, but an equivalent, and I wanted to try it. So I was gonna get 2 pairs of glasses. I have insurance. It still costs a lot of money because glasses are fucking expensive, especially because I have terrible eyesight, and they add an extra charge. They add like over $100 extra per pair of glasses because my eyesight is shitty. So they can like use the extra thin compressed glass lenses or whatever. Oh, fucking eyeglasses should be free. Because I can't function in the world without my glasses. I really can't. I'm like... I would be unable to do anything. Which brings me to my other point. I hate shopping for glasses because there's no way for me to try them on and know what they'll look like. Because I can put them on and I can look in the mirror and see a big blurry smudge. I can get really close to the mirror and see my face like those really zoomed in camera lenses, or like camera pictures, like the 5.0, super narrow, focused entirely on my nose. Just like, it's not representative of what I'm gonna look like wearing these glasses. I'm just like complaining. There's not even a point to this story. The point to this story is that I had a terrible time shopping for glasses. It was awful, I hated it, and then eventually I sit down and we're like working out what it's gonna cost, how much my insurance is gonna take off, all of that. And after I spent like an hour doing a thing that I hate, which is picking out frames, because again, I'm cheap and the cheap options are not the greatest. And I can barely tell what I look like in them anyway. So I had a terrible time doing that, spent way too long doing that, finally sit down, and the clerk looks at the screen and she goes, "Oh, your prescription expires in 2 months." And I'm like, okay, well, then it's not worth it to get glasses right now, so I guess I'm going home. And then I went home. It's ridiculous. So I didn't get new glasses. Right? It's terrible. Like, I feel like I'm breathing. I can't see myself in the mirror because I'm breathing on it. Like, I get nothing out of shopping for glasses. And they never just have the same frames that I have. Or even anything near it. Like, I have frames now that I like, I'm used to them, and I'd like to get another pair exactly like them. And everybody in the world thinks this is outrageous and silly to expect. And so, I have to get something new every goddamn time, and I hate it. Let's, like, pay attention to the puzzle for a second. I'm kind of just drawing. This has got to be a wedge. We want the big Z here. Does the big Z fit anywhere here? It fits like this. This has got to be a little wedge. These have both got to be little wedges, so they can be little wedges together, except that they don't. They don't work. Yay, everybody commiserate about buying glasses. This is wrong. take a picture of yourself with the frames on, then look at that. The problem, Navy, is that my lenses are so high prescription that the, like, sides of my face get refracted. Like, you see pictures of people wearing glasses, and it makes my face look different. So it's not gonna tell me how I look in those glasses. It's gonna tell me how I look in those glasses without any lenses in those glasses. But that's not gonna give me an idea of how I will actually look. I have done that before, and run into that issue. I'm not just shooting down your idea. Okay, this one... Navy, you don't need glasses? This is ridiculous. How dare someone be in my stream and not need glasses? This is a glasses wearer zone only. Navy, that's crazy. Like, really? I don't believe people like that exist. It's like finding out that someone never gets headaches. It's like, that can't be real. You're kidding me. You're joking me. Okay. So this corner. A big Z cannot fill this corner. This must be a wedge. Which means this must be a big Z, and big Z only fits in there one way. This must be a big Z. A big Z cannot fit in there without leaving single bits, so this must be a corner. So this must be a big Z. But it could fit a few ways. This is the least relatable conversation ever. Navy, have you tried making your eyesight worse? All regions must be in one of these shapes. There's only deltas. I always remember, and this is like the one thing about wearing glasses that like is... I don't know how to explain what I mean by this, but like it's very specific in my mind. Is the first time I got glasses, and basically every single time I've ever gotten a new prescription, one of the first things I do is I look at trees, because the leaves are all so, like, defined. Yeah, that's the other thing. I have pretty bad astigmatism as well, which makes my glasses expensive. Just, like, everything's going wrong for me for glasses. I just have garbage eyes. Okay, this must be different, so we can't have another donut here. We're gonna do puzzles for a little bit. I'm gonna pull up my prescription while we do puzzles for a little bit. This must be a donut, because another single square won't fit. -2, -1 dioptric, you're guessing? I know I have my prescription somewhere. Yep. Alright, I have -4.5 and -5.75. I got really bad eyes. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is what I was gonna do, is look up, actually, I'm gonna turn off Chrome for this. I'll do this in my own Chrome window. So the 2020 freedom unit things, Stump, are the actual way. The actual what it means is that what an average person looks like at what an average. Okay. How to explain? 2020 vision means that at 20 feet, you see something with the clarity that someone with perfect vision sees something at 20 feet. So, let me figure out how to convert. Okay, eye prescription to 2020 scale calculator. It's break time. I'll be back in 4 minutes, and then we'll find out about how bad my eyes are. BRB. How bad all of our eyes are. Alrighty. So I found a calculator. My game is gone. Let's pull up Streamer Browser. Hold on. Here's the calculator. So -1 diopter is 2040 vision, -2 diopter is 2080, -5 is 2200. So, yeah, Jasper, congratulations, you're legally blind without your glasses in the US. I may be just on the verge of it, because I've got -5 in one eye and -4 point... whatever. Yeah, -4.5 in my right eye, -5.75 in my left eye. So that's the definition of legal blindness. That means that what somebody sees at 20 feet, or what somebody with 20/20 vision sees at 200 feet, that is the clarity I see at 20 feet. That's what 20/20 means. So I have pretty bad eyes. You have 20/10 vision, can see like an eagle. Corey actually has, like, I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's something crazy where it's like some bullshit. He's got the visual acuity of a creature. Okay, so this one is interesting, because these all need to, like, nest. Then this one must be at least 4 long, but it might be 5 long. You're like an old man, Navy. And then this one is also interesting, because they all have to be the same, but they've got a nest as well. But they've just kind of got to fit into the same space. And I think the only way we achieve that is doing this. And now... 20/10 would be exceptional. What the average person sees at 10 feet, you would see at 20. Yeah, it can't be the 1. Or it can't be the 3, because then this would get blocked in. I don't think it can be the 5, because we can't see... We don't have the space. No, that's farsightedness, and that's measured differently. I don't know how the 20/20 vision works with farsightedness. So anyway, I think this is how section's gotta be. The only way these fit... Ha. Alright. So we have a square here. And that demands squares here and here. And something else in this cell. It can't be a square, so it's gonna have to go this way. So this can't be a square, it's gonna have to be a line. And it will have to be 3 long here. And it can't go in that direction, because sure, we could put a square here, but we don't have a domino. So it's going to have to go down. Then, here, we're going to need... what? How do we fill this area? If we put a 4 here... I don't think we can fill this area. Hold on. If we put a 3 here... and then a 4... then we can't get these filled. Huh. Okay, let's think. This has got to be a square. Can't be anything but. So this must be a square, and this must be a square. So if we put 4 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, well then this has to be 3, and then we have a 1, and there's no 1s. So if we put 3 here, and 3 here, we still have a domino where we're not allowed dominoes. This can't be any shape but a square. So these must be squares. They can't be aligned any differently. They've just got to be like this. So there is a way to fill this that doesn't break. Put 3 here. Or 4. How many squares are here? 1, 2, 4, 8, 12. It's not 4, it's 5. I just can't count. That solves all problems. So this must be a 3. What exactly is the average person capable of seeing at 20 feet? I don't know, Navy. Are you trying to do your own eye exam right now? Whimsy, caterpillar. Sounds about right. Okay. How do we fill this back area here? We could do 2 3s and a 5. A soothing birdie, a relaxing tardigrade. I don't know about that last one. Do 3 and 3 here. Nope. Do 5 here. Ah. If I were a tardigrade, I'd move out from home. Why live in the shrubbery when you could have a throne? Okay. They're shoving me out of my comfortable world into the world where we can make the shapes any shape we want. This is 1, so this must be larger than 1. Same here. And these 2 shapes must be different. So we could do this, and then that, this. But then that doesn't work because these would be the same shape. So we do this. Have this one be 3. Then those need to be the same shape, and they cannot be. Now what? Those are different. Those are different. These are These are not the same. Okay, hold on. This is the key, I think. We'll undo everything. This right here. This is the only shape, I think, that can be the same between these two spaces. So now this can't be a single... This can't be a monomino. Or monomino. And this can't be a domino. Monomino. And domino. I hate the one. So it could be 3. Or it could be 4. And if it were 4, we solve the puzzle. This has got to be a different shape to that. But these two have to be the same. So this... Ooh. Hold on, I'm thinking. These have to be the same shape. They have to... This has got to let that one out somehow. I mean, these could be the same shape. Possibly. Yes, okay. That wasn't so bad. How many are we missing? We've got 3 to go. I see a Heidi one there and there. And the one up here. This is a little evil, so let's figure it out. These two must be the same, or must be different. These two must be the same. Let's look at all the sames. Music sheet looking glass. These must all be duplicates of each other. Can they all be ones? Would be the beautiful world. No, because that's just everything. Okay, we've got to have somewhere we can start. These two can't be too wide because then that would immediately break. So these are good. These are both real. This must be at least 2. If it were only 2, then this must be 3. And this must be 3. That works here. But it doesn't work up here, where this is 3. But then... Oh, but it might. So we can do that. Now these have to be the same. Okay, that wasn't so bad. I haven't found the hidden ones yet. I feel like there's got to be more hidden ones. Because this is the last one. There's one in the tree. There's gotta be more. There can't be only one puzzle that's optional. There were like 3 optionals here. Under... Alright, we'll do this, and then... We'll probably finish this window, like the big window, we'll gild it, and then I will end stream. This is an interesting one. I like it. Very spirally. Alright, Stump and Jasper, if you're still here, I have questions for you about eyesight. Do you know how old you were when you first got glasses? You love questions? I also love questions. "16. Damn. I was not 16. I was like... I think I was 7. I cannot remember a moment in my life where I didn't have to wear glasses. Can I cram one of these in here? Force these to be that. Okay, I think this is all above board still. I've kind of just been coloring. You were 10. Alright. This must be 2 and a 2. This must be a 2 and a 3. And these have got to be 2s. This can be a big guy. Alright, what's wrong? What have I missed? Let's look at all of these. You are different. You are different. You are the same. You are the same. You are different. You are the same. You are the same. Aha! That's what I've messed up. There's a 1 here. There's no such thing as 1. Shockingly late, considering when I put them on, I learned that people can actually read store signs from across the parking lot. Oh yeah. I even from having glasses, I still, like... I think my eyes got worse a lot faster than they got me new prescriptions, was the thing. So I was always at the front of the class as well. And yeah, I didn't learn how to ride a bike for a long time. That wasn't necessarily strictly related to my eyesight, but it sure didn't help. My eyes have definitely stabilized these days, although I do fear my prescription has gotten worse again, which is why I didn't buy glasses recently, but like, oh man. I hope they aren't worse. I hope it's just, like, I've been staring at screens too much. Because if my eyesight is worse, well then I don't get to try the nice migraine glasses. I'm gonna have to get a normal pair. Because I need prescription sunglasses. Well, I don't need, but I really, really want them. Okay, that whole thing I just did was based in nothing, so... Yeah, trees having individual leaves, crazy. Blew my mind then, blows my mind every time now. When I get new glasses and it's like, holy shit, there are leaves on that thing. It's not some green blob. It's unbelievable. Okay, we can actually, like, go around in a spiral here. We don't just need to start randomly and fuck it up. So, if this is a big one, we could do this. You have about 20/30 vision, according to your very crude test. Can I just fill this with as many 2s as possible? Nope, because now this is screwed. Because this wants to be long. This can't be. Okay, there's gotta be a place I can actually start from rather than just fucking around. We're 6'9" in normal measurements. Nice. That's still not a normal measurement, considering that they only refer to prescription here in diopters. So I don't know what that is. You could probably get corrective lenses. Okay. That's the other thing that's crazy, is like learning that people who have glasses but don't have like completely unusable vision just don't wear their glasses all the time. That's nuts to me. I need these all the time. I cannot, like, I get out of bed and I'm like, ugh. Because I strain my eyes if I can't see, and then I get a headache. This puzzle is, like, completely opaque to me. I don't understand it. These have to be the same. These have to be different. That's not very difficult. But that can't be it. Okay, well, if it can't be that, and it can't be this, because then what do you put here? Then it can't be a little wedge, because then we have squares that are empty. So this must be a domino. And that means that no matter what goes in this section here, it can't be a domino because this cell is going to have to be a domino. If it can't be a domino, it's going to have to be a big wedge. It is really great that we have 2 eyes. But something about my logic is faulty because that immediately gives me a 1. Oh, it's that I did it wrong. So this big wedge can only fit here. But this big wedge could fit here, or it could fit here. So it's gotta fit here. Now this must be a domino. And we're moving on. This is one where coloring would probably help a lot. So I can actually see what things, I'm done. But, as we've established, coloring is for people who want to enjoy what they're doing, and I want to suffer. So this has got to be a domino. I feel like I lost a line, yeah. Because anything else doesn't fit. Meaning this must be a domino, and that must be a domino. And then this, right now, is ambiguous. It could be anything. This cannot be a domino. Can't be a big wedge, because we'd have a 1, so it must be a little wedge. This is either a domino or a little wedge. But it must be the same as whatever is here, and a little wedge will not fit here, so this must be a domino. This cannot be a big wedge, and a little wedge won't fit, so it must be a domino. This must be a little wedge, and a little wedge only fits here. This cannot be a big wedge, and it can't be a little wedge, so it must be dominoes. Same here. Cannot be a big wedge, must be a little wedge. Oh, and we're done. And there it is. And then here's our extra bonus one. Oh, God. We're gonna do the same thing we did last stream and leave the hardest puzzle for tomorrow? Probably. Although, again, I'm not convinced I'm not missing a puzzle here. Where are you, you sneaky? You sneaky so-and-sos. Did this count? I assume. Ah! We are missing a puzzle. This cannot be a 1 here or here. And whatever it is, it's gonna have to be this same shape. This setting looks like Heaven's Vault, floating islands and stuff. It is pretty nice. That is the other thing, Navy, is that the brain is really, really good at compensating for stuff. Same reason you never got braces. I never got braces because I knew I wouldn't take care of them. Okay. So, somehow this shape is gonna need to have a tail that I can fit here. You got them and it helped a bit? That's good to hear. Had braces for over 4 years. That's evil, Jasper. It's horrible. Yeah, and it can't come down this way, so this shape must wedge. And it's gotta be the same as this, somehow. It's gonna be some nonsense regarding this, where it's like, oh, it's a mirror. Can I do this? Think I can? Yep. Your bottom teeth have left an indent in the roof of your mouth, Navy. It sounds like you might benefit from some braces. Gotta be honest. Okay, that's only one bonus. Where's my second? Found you. Okay. These two must be the same. These two must be the same. They must be domino. system of interlocking bars that forced your jaw forward to correct your overbite for a year. See, I had like a bunch of orthodontic bullshit. I had headgear that I wore to sleep. Okay, this must be a domino. This must be part of a domino. Yeah, the headgear kind of sucked. This must be part of a domino. But this one cannot be a domino. Sorry, there's a bot in chat. This one can't be a domino. It's got to be something else. But it can't be one either. It's got to be... Could it be 3? No, because then we need a 3 here, and we can't fit a 3 here if we also need to fit a domino. Oh, yes, we can. Ah. I told you they might have to break your jaw as an adult if they didn't. See, they did that to my brother as well, but he still hasn't had his jaw broken. He's still looking into it. Oh, that one's barely even hidden. That one's just... Hold on. Okay, so it's not a hard and fast 3, or I'm missing one here. Ugh. This has got to be that. So does this one. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit running out of steam tonight. Yeah, we haven't done the big bad in this area yet. Did I miss a sneaky one over here? Somewhere. Through these windows, perhaps. That's okay. I got that one. Aha! Is it necessary, though? Alright, so we do have one more rose window to do. This one has a shape bank. We're not all lost. So, this is gonna have to be a wedge. Because a 3 will not fit, so we can put a line here. This... Oh my goodness. This is a difficult puzzle. Difficulty 3, my ass. Okay, how do we put anything on this? Can't be a 3, can't be a wedge, can't be a wedge. The only way I see this having anything is that, which forces this. This one could be a 3, a line. This one can't be a line that way, but it could very well be that way, or it could be a wedge in a few different directions. So that's not helpful. This one could be a wedge, could be a line. This one could be a wedge, just a wedge, I think. Don't see any other way of filling that square. which forces wedge here. And then in order to fill this, we're going to have a line and a wedge. And a line. And this must be this wedge. This line, that wedge. Alright, now 4 feels very arbitrary. Are we sure there aren't more hidden puzzles here? Hopefully there will be a thing that, like, tells me how many hidden puzzles there are at some point, because goddamn, that one was a toughie. And we are at 4 over here as well. Barring us finding any more. So I think we'll do the same thing we did last time, and we'll leave the big bad puzzle for tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next stream. Not streaming tomorrow. And maybe that by then I will have forgotten all of the rules. Let's go find someone to raid. Who is live? Liz is live. Liz is beating the quarry.
Dylan, my man. Where are you going?
I don't know what that is.
Dylan?
Oh, Brother AV is live. Let's raid Brother AV. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be back on Tuesday for sure. But possibly sooner than that. Because there's maybe something planned for this weekend. So I might be live again before Tuesday. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. I will see you for sure Tuesday. Possibly sooner. Hopefully sooner. If all goes well. If all works out. Go say hi to Brother AV. And good night, Navy. Have a good day, Stump. Goodbye. And good night, VOD watchers.